My only objective of this video is so that you will walk away and you will be able to say, I know how to cornrow. It may not be perfect. You may need more practice, but you will be able to say, I understand it and I know what to do. And if I haven't done that, if you don't feel that by the time you've watched this, watch it again. And I do want to give credit where credit is due, because I feel like after I understood this, I watched a video a couple years ago. It was from a creator named Micah D, I think Micah Dixon, on social media. You can go and find her. She should be a teacher or something, because wow. We're going to start with parting. You're going to part from ear to ear. I really do feel like the neater you're parting, like the easier time you're going to have. Not because it looks neat, but because it's just more organized. You know what I mean? Like, keep your stuff organized. You gotta connect. Oh, see how that's just wonky? That's crazy. Now we're gonna do like in half, front to back. So we just did ear to ear. Now we're going front to back. Now we're gonna do the same thing for the back half. So following that line at the half line, and just to the best of my abilities, cut it in half. I'm gonna come a little bit up, make sure it's matching. Perfect. So now what I would do, I would pick a side, whatever side you want to start on, this side out, and we're gonna divide this section in half. So my halfway point from here to here is like right here. Keep in mind, your head is a sphere. We're drawing straight lines on a sphere. Let's clip that. Yeah, so of this first quadrant that we're working with here, you're gonna part a straight line all the way to this halfway point. So we're going from here all the way until we reach here. All the way. Remember, it might not be straight because our head's a sphere. It's on an angle. So at this point, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections on this side. Because remember, we're not working with this half. And I'm going to take the green hair tie. I'm going to split this section in half going down. I'm going to go straight down. I'm going to make it as even as possible. I'm going for neatness, not straightness. Now, I'm going to go back to this black section. I'm also going to split this in half, and I'm going to follow the line of this. So this should be like half and half, 50-50. So even though I followed the line going up, this is half of the bottom, but it's not half of this top here. Like, it's not half of this, like when I split it open. So now I want to make sure that it's at the halfway point at this bottom line across, but also the halfway point here. So I'd say the halfway point from here to here is here. Let me run my finger there. Let's see what we have. It's a funky looking line. So now this is what we have. Right, so this is where we're getting to our head as a sphere. You know what I mean? And we're using straight lines on a sphere. So you want to make this curve smooth. But you're just going to come like in here. So it's like you see how this is like a point? We don't want this corner. We want the corners rounded. So this is how I was able to round it out. I'm happy with that. So with our lower quadrant, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. I'm going to put the blue section and the green section to the side for now, and we're just going to work with the gray section and the orange section. Moving back to the front, we're still here with the gray and the orange. We're going to work with these 2 front sections now, specifically this top one. You see this point that we made, the curved one? I'm going to follow that to the front of my head. So it's not going to be exactly half, but I'm just going to follow this curved line. Okay, great. Put that back. I'm going to now take this lower section, same thing. I'm going to do a part matching this line here. Just a straight line. All right, does that match? Yeah. So now this top section, I'm going to all add that to the gray section. Now we have a new large gray section. Now let's just work on the orange section. Okay, so now I want you to take your orange section and hold it upwards. Do you see how we don't have the same amount of hair at the bottom section as we do as our hairline? We're doing it this way so you don't run out of hair at the bottom. It's like 2 scoops of hair here, and you still have to, like, when you get to parting, sometimes it becomes complicated because it's like, oh, well, where's the hair at the bottom now? So now we're gonna take out the orange section and we're gonna part it in half, and we wanna follow the half of this line because the half from here to here isn't even. So we're gonna take this out and then come straight down. This is what you should have. This and this, these 2 sections. Okay, so I made one of the sections, the orange sections, and I'm just working with this outer section. You're gonna take out your gray section, that new bigger section. We're gonna follow this part and come all the way, part here all the way to the front. You are gonna have to curve it at some point. Remember, in the front half, I wanna have an even 2 sections. But I don't like this corner. I want it to be curved. I want rounded corners. So let's fix that. That's good to me. Feels like an even amount of hair-ish. I feel like I can take a bit more. This is our new orange section. I'm gonna add it to the orange side. Yep, but you see how we have a corner? We don't want that corner. So now we want to round out. We need to take out the cream section, round out this corner. You might need to borrow, like I feel like I need to borrow some hair from the gray section to make it more rounded, and that's fine. And that's fine. And boom. And that's your new cream section. You're gonna tie up your new gray section. So we did cream, we did gray, we have our new orange section. And that right there are your first 3 cornrows. We're gonna have a total of 5 cornrows on this side. So now, let's work on the blue section and this cream section. And all you're gonna do is gonna start here at the front. We're gonna divide this section in half. This is just a straight line. You're gonna wanna make it as even as you can. And if you're struggling with like making the part that far, you can just cut these sections in half. Part like this. You're gonna go in half and then meet this. So just so you don't have to part as far, because sometimes it's hard to keep it straight. And just clean up the line. Now we have a new half. Then we have now a black half. Now you're gonna take this blue section and you're gonna meet this line. So we're gonna take this blue section and essentially cut it in half. Okay, so it looks like our blue section is also on a curve, so just watch for that. You're just gonna meet that new halfway point that we just made with the black and the cream section. I'm just matching it with that top line that we made here. Our cream section. Now our cream section is getting longer. Oh my goodness, we're almost done. Half. Okay, I don't want you to be confused where we are. So just to summarize what we're doing right now, we're going down the line of our cream section and our black section. We're making these into 2 long parts going all the way back into our head. So all that's left is this green section. We're gonna split it in 2. And 1/2 is gonna go to the cream section, 1/2 is gonna go to the black section. And the remaining is for the black section. So these are now your 5 cornrows for the first half of your head. So now you have 1 cornrow, 2 cornrow, 3 cornrow, 4, 5. And you're gonna do the exact same thing to the other side. However, what I would do is I would braid down this first side. So like we're not getting confused. If you wanna go back, like as you're going, you can see like, are you happy with this parting? I'm happy with this parting, great. Am I happy with this parting? Great. Am I happy with this parting? This is good for me. So I specifically did it this way. I know it seems long, complicated, unnecessary, but I specifically did this way so you don't run out of hair at the bottom, like the nape of your scalp. Common problem that happens when people are cornrowing their hair. I've experienced it. Really look at how much hair we're trying to work with here compared to what we're working with right here. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that was easy to understand, easy to digest. If you need to go back and play certain parts of the video, go for it. Again, so what I would do is I would start cornrowing, right? And then if let's say I want to readjust this part, once these sides are braided, the hair's out the way, then I'm free to do so without picking into other sections. And this way your hair is neat, it's organized. You know, you can tie these sections up while you're working in these sections. So I'm realizing I have to do this video in 2 parts. So this is part 1 of how to cornrow your own hair, and this is the parting episode.